Okay, so some of the 3D features were left, so we will cover that in today's topic. Go into the sketch, select the plane, add into, make it parallel to the screen. So the first feature is the draft command. That is used whenever you need to slightly change an angle of the entity that you already created. Let's suppose we have got a simple rectangle. We have got it extruded to a certain level. Clicked on OK. Now I want to change the angle of this side. So for that I will use draft command. Click on draft, go into the references. The first one, it asks for the draft surface, so select one item, click on the draft surface. Then it asks for the draft hinge. Click on here to add the item, click on the draft hinge, and finally click on to add the pull direction. So click here and select the pull direction. Once you select the pull direction, you can see a small box and a circle appears here. Left click on the box and drag it accordingly, so you can change its angle. You can change the angle up to a maximum of 30 degrees in either direction. So this is how draft works. Click on OK, and this is how you get the desired side. If you want to edit it, go into the edit definition, change the angle again. If you want to add more angles, go into the angles, right click, add angle, and you can see a second angle has been added here. You can change its placement by clicking on the circle and dragging it along the side. So this is how you can add different angle. Now you can give a certain particular angle to one of these and a certain particular angle to the other point. You can further add the angles and give them the desired values required and click on OK. So this is how your side appears. If you want to delete it, click on delete and it will get deleted. So that was how it works. Now we will look into the mirror command. For that again we will be required to make a certain sketch on it. Let's suppose that be a simple circle. Okay, extruded, change its value to 50, click on OK. You have got this extruded surface. Click on the extrude 2 if you want to get it mirrored. Click on the mirror, select one item, so select the particular plane and click on OK, so it will get mirrored across it. The mirror feature for 3D is just the same as that it was for 2D, but in 2D we were required to make a center line. A center line was must to mirror a certain object. So in case of 3D, a datum plane is must. If you don't have a simple plane or a datum plane, it won't be possible to mirror certain objects. If now you want to mirror this object, select on it, click on the mirror, select the plane, click on OK, it will get mirrored. You can see the distance of this object from the plane is just the same as the distance of this object from the plane. If you want to insert a datum plane, click on the side, click on the plane, insert the plane at your required position, click on OK. Now select this object, click on mirror, select the plane, click on OK, and it will get mirrored accordingly. Let's delete this one. So this is how it works, how you can mirror different objects. You can also mirror this complete object. For that again you will be required to insert a datum plane at a certain distance, click on OK. Select all of these entities, extrude to, press on click on Control button and keep it pressed. Select all the extruded surfaces, click on mirror, select the plane and click on OK. So this is how you can extrude the entire object. So that was a simple mirror command which you can use accordingly. Now we will move into the trim command. So just open another window for that. Go into the sketch, select a plane, make it parallel to the screen. Let's suppose we have got a simple cylinder extruded as a surface, and click on OK. Now if I want to sketch on it, select the surface, sketch, make it parallel. Let's suppose we have got a spline. Click on OK, extrude the particular spline in both the directions. So this is what we have got. If I want to remove the inside material of the spline, or if I want to remove the outside material of the spline surface, so select this particular surface, click on trim, click on the cylinder. Now you can see the boxes that have appeared on the outside surface. It means that the outside surface will remain same and the inside surface will get deleted. If I click on OK, you can see the inside surface got deleted. Again, if we want to add it, click on edit definition, click on the arrowhead. Once you click on the arrowhead, you can see the boxes getting appeared on the inside of the cylinder, which means that will be safe and the outside material will be removed. Click on OK, and this is how your trim command works. To delete it, right click delete, and delete the sketches too, to get to the starting point. Again, select OK, make it parallel. Let's suppose we have got a simple spline. We're now heading towards the boundary blend. Click on OK. If I want to make another spline at a particular distance from this plane, so I will select this plane, click on the plane, I will define a plane at a certain distance, click on OK, sketch on that particular plane. Let's suppose I have sketched another spline, click on OK. I want both these splines to get joined by a surface, so I will use boundary blend command for that. Select this spline, press Ctrl key and select the other spline, click on boundary blend, so it will get joined by a surface. Click on OK. So this is how boundary blend command works. If you want to offset it to a certain distance, click on the surface and offset it, so you can change the offset distance accordingly. Click on OK. This is how it works. Again, if you want to offset this particular surface, click on this and offset it accordingly. So this is how it works. If you want to thicken the particular surface, click on this, click on the thicken command, and you can make it thick. You can also enter the thickness value from here. So this is how you can use the offset and the thicken command accordingly. Now let's move to the most important feature, that is pattern. Let's go into a new sketch, make it parallel to the plane. Let's suppose we have got a simple rectangle extruded to a certain height. Click on OK. We have got sketch on this, and a simple circle again extruded to a certain level. Let's suppose that be 50, and OK. I want this cylinder to be placed at different points along this particular surface that I have drawn. So there are a number of options for that. You can either keep on going into the sketching plane and keep on sketching the same circles and getting it extruded over and over. Else you can use the pattern command for that. So you can get a number of cylinders in whichever direction you want, or in whichever dimensions you want, or along different points that you want. So we will be using pattern command for that. Select the extruded to surface which you want to get patterned. Click on the pattern. Once you click on pattern, you can see there are different types of patterns. The first one is dimension. We'll first study the dimension. Click on the dimensions. Now you can use these dimensions to create the pattern. You can also use this dimension to create the pattern. Go into the dimensions, select the particular dimensions. Let's suppose that be this dimension. Click on the dimensions, add it here. Let's suppose we enter a value of 66. Click on enter. So you can see a black dot appeared here. That means that if I click on this OK, the same pattern will be generated here. As I have entered the value of 66, if I enter the value of minus 66, so we can see the black dot appears on the other side. This means that this black dot or the cylinder which we will be getting here will be at a distance of 66 from the first cylinder. We can also change this number. Click in here 7 and you can see 7 cylinders will be generated here, each having a distance of 66 units from its previous cylinder. Click on OK and this is how it looks. Again, you can go into the edit definition. If you want this line or this pattern to get followed along this direction also, so you will be needing to go into the direction to click on here, click this dimension, change the value accordingly. Let's suppose that will be minus 56. Okay, so you can see a new line has been generated, a new column has been inserted at a distance of minus 55 inches from the previously defined line. You can also change its number. Let's suppose that be 5, so you can see it all being generated here. So this is how pattern command works. Edit definition, let's suppose change it to 2. Okay, and let's suppose change it to minus 90. That is okay. You can also see, if you want to remove one of the patterns from here, you simply have to left click on it. It will become white. So that means no pattern will be generated at those holes, at those dots that are white in color. Click on OK. So now you can see no pattern has been generated here, or no shape has been generated here. Again, go into the edit definition, left click on it, and they will get enabled again. You can also use the pattern command to either increase the heights or the diameters in incremental or decremental order. As the height of this cylinder is 50, and I want the height of this cylinder to be slightly larger than the previous, and so on in incremental order. So for that, I will go into the dimensions, right click here, click on the okay, sorry, get it crossed. Again, edit definition, go into the dimensions, right click here, press the control button, click on the height here. It will get generated here, add it, and if you want the size of each cylinder to be 5 inches higher than the previous one, so enter 5 here. Click on OK. Once you click on OK, you can see the height of every next cylinder is slightly higher than the previous cylinder, and that is at an increment of 5. We can enter the incremental value to be slightly larger, so we can clearly see the difference. Let's suppose that be 15. Click on OK. So this is how you can see the size has been increased from 5 to 20 here to 35 here, 50 here, 65 here, and so on. If you want to change the diameter, you can also do that. Right click here, press the control button, click on the diameter, edit the diameter. Let's suppose we want an increment of 10 enter the value 10 here and click on OK. So you can see the changing diameters in incremental order. For decremental, you have to add minus with the entered value. If you want to delete it, so get it deleted. So that was how the first type of pattern works, that is dimension pattern. Again, click on the extrude command on the pattern into the direction. Once you click on direction, now you need to define the direction along which you want to generate the pattern. Let's suppose we select this edge. Once you select this edge, black dot will appear. To flip the direction, click on this, flip the first direction, and you will get it flipped on the other side. You can change the number from here. You can also change the distance among them from here, and you can also change the distance from here, whatever is feasible for you. Click on OK so you can see the cylinders generated along that particular direction. Again, click on pattern into the direction. If I want them to get generated along this direction, so you can see a black dot has appeared in this direction. If you want to change the number, you can change the number from here. Click on OK. So this is how it appears. If you want this line to get repeated along this direction, click here on the second direction, this side, so it will get generated along this side. To flip the direction, click on this, so the direction will get flipped. You can change the spacing between it, and you can also change the numbers. Let's suppose that be 5, so you can see 5 rows being generated here. Click on OK, and this is how it works. Again, to edit it, if you want to change its height or the diameter, again you have to do the same thing. Click on here, press on the control button, select the height, edit it to, let's suppose, 10 at an increment of 10. Click on OK, so you can see an increment of 10 has been generated in each cylinder's height. You can do the same for the diameter. Okay, let's delete this pattern. Again, select the pattern, click on pattern, go into the axis. So now you need to define an axis for this. Let's suppose you have got this x-axis. You can see the pattern will get revolved around that axis. You can change the angle, you can change the number of items. Let's suppose that to be 8. Click on OK and change the angle from here. Click on OK. So this is how it works. If you don't have an axis already, so you can also import an axis from here. You can define a datum axis. Click on the axis, click here, move the boxes to the sides and change the placement accordingly. Click on OK. So you have generated an axis. Bring this extrude command below the axis. Simply left click on extrude and drag it and place it below the axis. Click on the extrude on the pattern, go into the axis command, select the axis, change the number and change the angle. So this is how pattern command works. To edit or to delete, click on delete and it will get deleted. Again, select, go into the pattern and now into the fill. So for that you need to define a particular surface which will get filled by the pattern. Go into the references, select the surface, sketch, make it parallel. Let's suppose I have defined this particular rectangle. Click on OK, so it will get filled with the cylinder that you have selected for pattern. You can use different shapes, different shapes from here. And to confirm it, click on OK. So this is how it works. You can also add it, you can change the number, you can change the distancing between them and so on. Then click on OK and this is how it appears. Okay, let's get the pattern deleted again. Select the extrude, click on the pattern, go into the fill, preferences, define the surface, click on sketch, make it parallel. Let's suppose we have got a simple circle, click on OK, and it will get filled with the pattern of the shape, yeah, the selected entity. Click on OK, and this is how fill pattern works. Delete the pattern again, select the pattern, go into the pattern and into the point. Into the reference, select sketch, make it parallel. Now you need to define the different points where you want the cylinder to be regenerated. Click on OK, and once you click on OK, black dots will appear. That means that cylinder will be generated here. Click on OK, and this is how point command works. So that was all about the pattern command. You can also change its colors in view. Go into the view, into the appearance gallery, select the particular color that you want to give to a particular entity, select that, click on OK, so it will get the desired color. We usually use colors whenever we are making complex geometries. So to clearly show the small features or small entities, we will be needing to differentiate it with different colors. Click on it and OK. So this is how you can give different colors to different small entities that you have made. Again, back into the model. So this is how it looks like. So that was all about the important 3D features that you will be using in making different complex geometries or solid structures. If you want to check its back side, you can click on the named views in the graphic tools, click on the back so you can check its back, its left, right, or whatever side you want to see. So this is how it works. You can also simply click on the scroller button and give it rotation accordingly. If you want to change its display style, you can click on display style from the graphics. If you want to just get it no hidden, so this is how it looks like, and with the hidden lines, this is no hidden, so you can see no lines are being shown here. And if you click on the hidden lines, so you can see the hidden lines being generated here. Then we have got the wireframe, and then simply shading, which we usually use, shading with edges, and the next is the shading with reflection. So this is how it looks like with its reflection. We mostly use the shading. So this is how it looks like. So that was all about it. In the next, we will be moving into the assembly and the drawing parts. For today, you're required to practice this task in Creo Parametric. That is quite simple. You simply need to start from the base, and you will be needing to use only few tools, that is 2D and 3D features, and you can easily make this. Same is the case with this one. You can also practice this. So you need to work on both of these. And if you have got any confusion, we will solve it. Thank you so much.